to I'm Divinely Faceted. Okay. Listen, I did a free write. This was dated October 12th as well. Okay. The name of this free write is anxiety. All right. This is something that I know a lot of people possibly suffer from. Okay. At one point in time in my life, I suffer from it as well. Okay. But I'm not the person to be going nowhere talking about some, hey, I can't do this and I can't do that. It's hard for me to concentrate. It's hard for me to focus, and it's hard for me to do it, and then let you stick me on some bullshit. Okay. I'm not doing that. All right. So I'm going to tell you, I no longer have anxiety and never got treated for anxiety, but I'm going to tell you where it comes from. Okay. Via my free write. All right. Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. All right. Okay, I'm going to start with a room. Now, what came out when I did this free write, the runes that came out in the cards was creative knowledge, okay, which is Kanaz, all right, and also Hagalaz, which is disruption or change in reverse. Okay, so just those two runes coming out along with anxiety being the topic of discussion. Okay, it kind of gave me the fact that somebody don't want you to change. Okay, they don't want you to make that transition into the new life that you are about to be coming into. Okay, and it's because they're trying to keep you from whatever creative knowledge that you have. Okay, when I say creative knowledge, for example, I'm gonna say the boy who started to turn plastic into gas. All right, that is creative knowledge. Okay, that had to come from one of our ancestors. He didn't just think that up on his own. Okay, that was a thought, a thought given thought. Okay, that is the energy and that is the level that we should be focusing on and functioning at. All right, this is the energy. All right, the people, the higher ups, okay, the old folk, okay, those folks are trying to keep us held down. Okay, those folks are trying to keep us in a certain position here. Okay, anxiety is what they want you to have. Okay, fear of doing something else. Okay, anxiety about making change. Okay, this is what they want from you. All right, so we have to switch it up and produce something different. Okay, don't give the desired reaction or the desired effect. Okay, that's a side effect. Thank you, ancestors. That's a side effect. When you get a reaction that is not, unless that's an adverse reaction. All right. I'm going medical terminology here. Okay. Put it in the comments if you are medical. All right. A side effect or an adverse reaction where something gives you a desired effect or undesired effect. Okay. Which one is that? All right. This is the energy. Okay. Let's see. Whew, this looks like Wunjo in reverse. All right, Wunjo is in reverse. Okay, this is joy. This is pleasure. This is wishes. Okay, somebody do not want your wishes to be granted here. Okay, you're able to grant your own wishes. Okay, we think we've been in this lifetime of asking God for it and He'll give it to you. No, you ask yourself. Okay, you ask the God that's within you. Wow, when I said that, it turned around. All right, if you ask yourself for these things, you will get it. Okay, because yourself is the God. Okay, the gods live within you. All right, the energy goes to nowhere but you. All right, so it did turn around, but I'm gonna put it back how it was. All right, these people do not want you to be in the energy of receiving joy, receiving pleasure, or any wishes that you desire. All right, this is the reason why anxiety works for them. Okay, it don't work for you, it works for them. Harmony in reverse. Okay, actually is AWAS in reverse. Okay, so again, this goes with not wanting you to have joy, not wanting you to have pleasure, not wanting you to be in harmony with self or in harmony with the gods. Okay, when shuffling these, this is the frequency of the gods, 963, not 369. Okay, they got that shit backwards. It's 963. That is the frequency of the gods. It is not, life is not functioning off of 369. Okay, that is completely turned around and backwards. Life is functioning off of 963. 3. Okay, remember, they're not going to give it to you how it's supposed to be, just like they're calling the little terrorist group ISIS. Okay, ISIS is of the gods, just like the very last wording of Osiris is Siri. Okay, they gonna give it to you, but they not gonna give it to you correctly. They gonna give it to you as if it's something bad. All right, this is the energy. 369 is not the way of life. That's that Tesla, Nikolai Tesla shit. Okay, it's really 963. That is the frequency of the gods. Okay, atonement here, something very significant. Wow, something very significant with September 10th. That is the day of atonement per their Bible. That is the day of atonement. September 10th is significant. Virgo could be significant. Earth sign could be significant here. Okay. I also got the Eye of Horus on the back. Okay. So somebody could have possibly waken up to their godlike energy. Okay. The Eye of Horus is Christ. Okay, I don't know which way it's pointing. That's the right way. Okay, if it's pointing this way, it is the Eye of Horus, which really is the Eye of Christ, which is the Christos. Okay, it keep going the wrong way, but if it's the left eye, it's the Eye of Horus. If it's the right eye, it's the Eye of Ra. Okay, but somebody has some sort of an awakening to their eye. Okay, this is, as a collective, this is something that they do not wish for us to do. This is something that they do not wish for us to have. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. Somebody was bringing up, I think it's one or two people said something about Von Dutch. Okay, the fact that I wear Von Dutch a lot, and the fact that Von Dutch don't like black people. Okay, now let me tell you, I don't function like that. Okay, I'm this type. If you don't like black people, I'm gonna wear your shit even more just to piss you off. All right, I'm that type. To me, it's you function in an ego if you're not wearing an item just because they don't like me. I wouldn't like me either if I knew that you was a god or a goddess and I was not. I wouldn't like me either. Okay, that is the energy. I don't care who does not like us. I don't function on that level. I don't think on that level. Okay, if you think about it, everybody out here don't, a motherfucker don't like us. Okay, everything is put out here because they don't like us. Okay, so you gonna stop eating because they don't like you. Okay, because they doing shit to the food every day. You gonna stop eating because they don't like you. All right, I don't function like that. I don't give a fuck who don't like me, and I'm gonna rock his shit tomorrow just because. All right, it's that type of energy. I put the energy in the clothes, okay, and the energy is working for me. All right, I don't look at it as me giving my energy to Von Dutch. I'm taking Von Dutch's shit. Okay, if you know how to transmute energy, you know what you're doing. Okay, did you see the shift in the light? Did you see the shift in the light? Okay. Again, I don't function like that. I don't care what the man didn't like. I don't care about his insecurities. I don't care about none of that. Okay. Because again, I wouldn't like me either if I'd have fucking known that you was a god or a goddess and I was not. Okay. This is the reason why you are hated. We got to wake up. This is the reason why everybody hate you. See the shift in the light? Do you see the shift in the light? That's sunlight. That's not my ring light. That's the shift in the sunlight. Okay? This is the energy. All right. So let me get back on board. Okay? We don't give a fuck who don't like us. What? 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 I ain't gonna wear no panties because they don't like us? Type shit? No. I don't give a fuck who don't like us. Okay? That's how I function. All right? Anywho, my free write was about anxiety, okay? It feels so good to be free. When you know who you are, you free. Period. When you know who you are and you know why they hate you, you free. And it feels so good. Okay? That's the real that's the what freedom of speech mean. Like you really, when you ain't scared to say shit, that's freedom of speech. Okay, exercise your rights. Okay, but a lot of people don't exercise those rights, all right, because they don't know them or they're afraid to. All right, when you're able to just say anything and know anything and speak anything and not feel like there's a repercussion behind it, that is freedom. Okay, freedom, freedom, I can't lose. All right, whatever, whatever, whatever. I don't know the rest, but that just came out. Now listen, all right, so I did those cards. Okay, hold on. Let me do these cards. I kind of got off track. Anyway, anxiety is the topic. Anxiety is the topic. All right, give me one more rune card. Okay. Woo! Look at the gods. Okay, look at the gods, bro. Remember, it came out in reverse, but it came out in the upright. Okay, they're very pleased with what I just said. All right, you can't stop us. What? You can't stop us. You better be glad I got that motherfucking Von Dutch on. You better be glad I'm wearing your clothes, okay? This is the reason why people are migrating to the nigga hoods. That's the reason. All right, they want to live among the gods. All right, this is the energy. All right, this is the energy. Wunjo, pleasure, joy, wishes. All right, they've always wanted to live among the gods. All right, you got to wake up. Figure out who you is. All right, you got to wake up. All right, if you want to be as free as me and feel like me, you got to wake up. All right, listen, like I said, anxiety, I had anxiety at one point in time in my life, but I don't have it no more. Now, let me explain to you before I read this. My anxiety was this. I was a CNA before I was a nurse. Okay, and that CNA money don't take care of them kids like it's supposed to. All right, it's good money, but it ain't money that take care of everything, and you be okay acting like you got all the bills when you don't. All right, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Okay, that type of shit. So monthly, it will be like, oh my God, I can't pay this, but I know they gonna be calling me. I know they gonna be calling me. So I developed some sort of anxiety when the motherfucking phone would ring about that particular bill, any bill, any bill that they was calling about. I had this anxiety where it was like, I don't want to answer the phone. Like my heart just started beating really, 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 really fast. Okay, I could pay all other bills, but that one, if I don't pay this one, or if I don't pay whatever one I don't pay for that month, all right, I develop real strong anxiety when the phone ring. Like, oh my God, who is it? Oh my God, who is it? Okay, like they gonna beat my ass, or like they gonna kill me, or something like that. All right, this is how I used to function. I used to have anxiety every month if I could not pay a certain bill. Okay, is that type of energy, but once I got out of that type of energy, okay, programming, okay, you're going to get it from here. Once I got out of that programming, the anxiety went away. All right, anxiety is created within you. All right, you don't just get anxiety just because, oh, it's a mental health issue, or it's mental, it's medical. Okay, you don't get anxiety from that. Raven, can you stop messing with the cord, ma'am? Thank you. Okay. Anywho, you don't just get anxiety. You know how they don't even know where the anxiety come from. They give you guesses, or it could be from this, or it could be from this, and it could be from this. When you gonna stop messing with their medicine though? Okay, because whenever you ask, how come this happening? How come that's happening? They go, oh, it could be many things. Well, what is it, motherfucker? Because you got me on the pill, you got me on the medicine, so you tell me why it's happening to me. Don't tell me what it could be. Tell me what it should be. Okay? And you've been doing medicine too long for you to not know. All right? That's the energy. Why are you having anxiety? Think about it, yo. I'm about to give you your answer. I'm about to give you the answer the doctor couldn't. All right? Why do you have anxiety? Okay? Anxiety was the topic. All right? Anxiety is something created to stall the mind, something that is controlled, yet uncontrolled every day. We develop these things from fear of result, of outcome, and sometimes fear of success. Bells ring because they are rung. Your mind thinks because you created the thought. There is a deepness in our thoughts that we have to start thinking of. We locked deep seated thought and ability away because it's easier to not care, yet consequences surface from the easier route of flying blindfolded. This is how we live life, carefree and consistent. We need to live with intention and do things on purpose instead of by chance. We can control most of, really all of the actions that we display every day, whether it's wise or not, whether viewed as mental health or just a created action due to repetition of program, okay? This is a side effect of programming. Okay, this is what I got from my free write. All right, remember, I don't just think of shit to say. All right, where I'm gonna get this from? All right, I ain't pull this out my ass. All right, this is not where I get my free writes from. All right, remember, my free writes come because I go and I sit at this place and portion of my mind, and I let my hand I render that to whoever is giving me this information, and I let my hand write. Okay, so according to what my hand wrote, okay, anxiety comes from The repetition of the programming, okay? And it made sense, okay? It made sense to me. As soon as I finished writing it, I had to read it again and say, oh my God, okay? So you have anxiety because it's something that you are doing repeatedly, okay? And it's something that you may not even be wanting to do repeatedly, but you have to do it repeatedly, such as get up and go to work every single day and you hate this job, but you have to do it in order to be able to go buy white man food, okay? In order to go get some tissue, in order to go get some soap, okay? So you don't have no way around having to get up every single day and go and clock on somebody's time clock, okay? And because you have no other way, and you can't make any money any other way, all right, because you are so limited, and they made sure that you was limited, because you cannot make that money any other way. Now, because of this repetition, you have that anxiety that is built up because you have no way out of it anyway. So by you continuing to do this and this and this and this and this and this daily, all right, now because I have to stay doing this and this and this and this and this and this daily, now it comes with this anxiety of me doing it. And I ain't got no choice but to keep doing it, okay? And as long as you keep doing it, you're going to keep having that anxiety. Anxiety is only there because of the repetition of something that your body disagree with. All right? Now, you have the option to find out in the job, to find out what it is that you are doing repeatedly that ain't agreeing with your body. All right? I'm going to give you another one. I was a nurse, okay? And that's what I wanted to do. It was my dream job, okay? I went to school. Hell yeah, I'm a nurse, y'all. I'm a nurse, okay? Loved it, okay? Love to go to work every day, all right? Until one day it was like, I love what I do, but I love what I do, but and so I had, now I wouldn't call it anxiety, but this thing of, Raven, you doing too much in my spiritual space. As soon as you unplug this light, I'm going to get on that ass. Real, for real, for real. Why she unplug it, yo? Why she unplug it? Why? She very smart. She do things on purpose. But anyway, I wouldn't call it anxiety, but I got to that point to where, yeah, I achieved this, and I got to achieve it after so many years of trying to achieve it, but then it wasn't sitting right with my everyday. It wasn't sitting right with my body. I knew I was a healer, but am I this type of healer? Okay, so every morning I would get up dragging ass like, oh my God, I don't want to go to work, but I don't hate what I do, and I don't hate my job, and I don't hate the money, but oh my God, I don't want to go up in here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And then it was my heart would beat like abnormally it would beat like until I actually walked in the building because my heart trying to tell me something. All right, it was the anxiety of getting up doing something that your body don't want to do every single day. All right, anxiety comes from programming. Okay, I'm gonna repeat. Anxiety comes from programming. Think about it. If your child watch a scary movie, your child ain't been scared of the house this whole time. Soon as they watch a scary movie, now they're anxious. Now they're looking around. Now they're scared, okay? This is like temporary anxiety. Can you come downstairs with me? Can you come upstairs with me? Can you do this with me? The child ain't been scared of the house the whole time, but they done looked at this movie that was only been playing for an hour and a half, okay? It's only been playing for about an hour and a half, all right? And that hour and a half programmed that child that quick to be afraid, to be scared, to move around their own house, all right? This is where anxiety is coming from. Thank you, ma'am. And didn't even look at me. She looked side at me like, bro, if evil eye from a dog worked, I'd be out of here. I'd be out of here, bro. Thank you, Rave. Thank you. Okay. Anywho, that part. Okay, programming causes anxiety. This is the reason why they don't have no reason for it. They just gave you a diagnosis, all right? But you gonna talk to the doctor long enough for them to write something that you said on the paper as the diagnosis. We got to get privy to what's going on. This is the reason why I'm not a nurse no more. I'm not about to watch you do this to me and our people. I'm not about to watch you do it. All right. So Listen, God brought me to where I'm supposed to be. The anxiety that you have is because of something that you do routinely that does not agree with your body. Now, if you was paying attention to your body, all right, you will pay attention to the fact that every time this happens, my heart start beating fast. Every time this happens, I get really, really nervous. Every time this happens, oh my God, this happens, okay? It's almost like an abused child, okay? It's almost like if this child was being abused for so many years, all right? And then I went to raise my hand to fix the hair on the child, and the child is like, okay, anxiety because you see me reaching for your ass. All right, it's that type of energy. There's anxiety from routine. Okay, it was a program, the program for that abused child, and sorry if that is a trigger alert, but the program for the abused child was getting hit every day, getting beat every day. Okay, so now this person has anxiety from the program. Okay, that's all right, check and see what's the program for you. Check and see whether or not your body fit with the program. Listen to your body. All right, why you listen to the Bible and don't listen to your body? I have no fucking idea. I don't know. I would never understand that. Okay. I would never listen to the Bible over what my dream told me. I would never listen to the Bible over what something in myself told me. Okay. I would never do that. And I would not never recommend it. Okay. The Bible not once told you how to get rid of anxiety, didn't even speak of any ailments, did it? You said in the Bible, you said all pain will go away and all sickness will go away and all this will go away. Don't you think that the Bible should have spoke on pain and illnesses? All the only thing we know about was leprosy. That was it. Dead. Leprosy, that's the only thing that they spoke about. And we don't see leprosy in our day at all. What's going on? Okay. Why don't the Bible speak about illnesses? Why don't the Bible speak about the sicknesses? All right. But you want to pass all that and go to no more crying, no more sickness, no more, bad health, and all of the pain will be gone away and this, that, and the other. It's like superficial. You got to think. You got to think. If it was direction from God, don't you think it would be like a manual instead of a story? All right. Don't you think it would be like a handbook or a guidebook instead of a story, a novel? Okay. That type of energy. Okay. The Bible not once told you how to handle anxiety. Not once. All right. Did you even read of anybody having anxiety in the Bible? All right. Where did it come from? All right. Did it come out of anywhere? Where did it come from? All right. I'm telling you where it come from. It come from the programming. All right. That is the energy. All right. Now, this same day I was doing, catch it. This is the same day, okay? I did 6 cards, but the two that was on the top was genetic code, okay? And then evolve. All right. The next ones was process. Okay, I'm sorry. From that genetic code and evolve, that right there gave me information right there, okay? And it told me that your genetic code was about to evolve, okay? For so long, our genetic makeup, our genetic code has been kind of like spit on. It's almost like we being pure water and then somebody coming and shaking some red Kool-Aid in the water, okay? What that does is turns this pure body, this pure water into a red dye floating all through it, okay? This is what they did to our genetic code, our genetic makeup, okay? So you were always able to do certain things because you are sprinkles of the gods, all right? Definitely. Sprinkle, you got gods sprinkled all up and through you, all right? Your frequency is that of the gods, all right? This is how your body is able to even do what it do. All right. They don't even have an explanation for why your hand raised. Okay. They might say, yeah, the synapse and this send a message to your brain, this, that, and the other, but they can't tell you why your brain work or why your heart beat. They don't have no answer to that. Okay. It is the light. It is God. Okay. Your genetic code that they have been trying to shit on this whole time is about to evolve. All right. Or it has already evolved in some of us. Okay. Process, fear in reverse, time shift in reverse, superior, Lemuria, and original. Okay, I don't know if I spoke about this before, but Lemuria. Okay, okay, I ain't gonna go there. Not right now. All right. It's got to come out a whole nother way because I was about to start trying to think about it, and that's not how I channel. I don't channel trying to think about what it said, what something said. All right. I channel for the moment, so that's another time. All right. Your genetic code is evolving, and you will notice. Okay, just like everybody else will. You will undergo a process. Do not fear the process. Do not try to control the time shift. All right. You are of the superior people. You are one of the originals. You are of Lemuria. All right. Lemuria, quote unquote, is this sunken situation. All right. That no longer exists. Okay. We don't know what lived there, but what we do know, lemurs lived on Lemuria, had to. Okay. Lemurs had to live on Lemuria. Okay. Now, where are lemurs now? Lemurs are only in Madagascar. So, was Lemuria attached to Madagascar? Did half of Madagascar sink? All right. Was that the actual Lemuria, Madagascar? We have to open up our eyes, okay, to think of certain things, okay? That's the only place where a lemur lives. All right. But if we got Lemuria, then lemurs was there too. So are you connected or what? Or was it two places where they lived? Okay. It's that type of energy, and it's those type of thoughts that we need to bring to the surface. All right. Instead of just thinking about what they gave you on the surface. It's like reading from a chalkboard. Okay. That's what society has did to us. They put some shit on the chalkboard. They say, oh, all right, here's the calendar. We need you to follow. All right. January 1st, that's going to be the new year. Write it down. All right. Make sure you know. And in the new year, we do this. All right, that type of energy. Then, oh, in December the 25th, okay, we'll just say that that's Jesus's birthday. Yeah, write it down, okay, and then we'll do this on that day. All right, it's that type of energy. They gave you something to follow it, and we was idiots and we was following it. Okay, it's time to stop following that shit. Period. It's time to stop following it. What your genetic code say? All right, my genetic code is telling me I love Christmas. Okay, but that's not what I. My mind is like, no, but my genetic code feels happy around that time. So I have to find out, why do I love, quote unquote, Christmas? All right? All right? But the only reason why I love Christmas, I found out, is because it is the celebration of the winter solstice. It's not the day of Christ. Okay? The pagans, all right, the people who did not, they quote unquote put a bad name on the pagans, the ones that didn't follow their order, their world order, the ones that didn't convert. Okay, those were the people that was celebrating the winter solstice. Okay, and then when they came in bearing that cross, talking about some bow down to the cross, okay, change and start Christianity, whoop whoop whoop. Okay, when they came and did that, all right, they took that winter solstice celebration and they stamped Jesus' birthday on it, okay, and we don't have no proof. All right, but we got everything else going on around the Bible, okay, and but you ain't got no proof of Jesus's birthday. Like, how is that going to be in limbo for so long? You still ain't found out? Ain't you uncovering shit? When you gonna uncover that? All right, it's that type of energy. When you gonna uncover that? Okay, are we supposed to still be in limbo about his birth years and years and years and years and years after the Bible? Like, ain't you researching things? Aren't y'all still finding things? Aren't y'all over in Africa looking for stuff? Okay, y'all digging in Egypt. Why y'all in Egypt? Okay, where's it? You told me where Jesus walked. Jesus walked. Okay, you told me where Jesus walked. You told me where Moses' trail was. You told me where this was. You told me this. You told me everything about him. But you ain't went back and traced them steps and got to digging along the path and digging in the wilderness to dig up bones. And we don't hear none of that. Okay, you in Africa. You in Africa digging up the Egyptians. Why? Why are you just in Africa digging up the Egyptians? All right, to find out what's going on with the pyramids and stuff like that. Your focus should be Jesus. All right, ain't it your Bible? Your focus should be Jesus. All right, you need to be giving us His birth. All right, you need to be giving us His bones. You need to be giving us producing something of Jesus. Okay, it's giving that type of energy. All right, listen, back to this and the genetic code. All right, what is your genetic code telling you? All right, what is your body telling you? This goes along with the anxiety here. Okay, do you have anxiety because of something that you are doing every single day that does not go with your genetic code? Okay, the genetic code is evolving, and eventually you are going to be like, I can't do this anymore. Definitely can't do that no more. Definitely can't do that no more. Okay, if you are a drinker, all right, I'm being pulled to the drinkers. Okay, those who have a hard time drinking, eventually your wow, I gotta look that word up, but I'm gonna say it, okay? Eventually, when you drink, it is going to be like an antagonist. Can you look that up for me? It's gonna be like an antagonist in your body. You're not gonna be able to do it. Why? Because your genetic code ain't having that no more. Your genetic code is evolving. All right. That's just like me with marijuana. Okay. I was a whole weed head. Okay. Roll up, nigga. Roll up. Roll up, nigga. Roll up. Okay. Soon as it's this small, roll up. Quit playing. Get the other one generating. Quit playing. Okay. And I went from that to puffing one time, actually quitting, but then puffing one time for my free write so I can sit with thought. All right, it's that type of energy. It's doing it with intention, okay? And my genetic code is okay with that. But I guarantee you, if I was to get the smoking like I used to, okay, 3 5s a day, okay? If I was smoking like I used to, my genetic code will have me out. I promise you, my genetic code would be like, nah, we not doing this. We not doing this, and will show me something. All right. Listen to your genetic code. Okay. Put your genetic code in front of everything else. Put your knowledge, your dreams, your knowing in front of everything else. Your feelings in front of everything else. And I'm not talking about the feelings that you function off of because your heart loves something. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the gut feeling, not the heart feeling. Okay. Because our heart can fool us. I'm talking about the gut feeling. All right. When you love somebody, but something else is telling you something, that's your heart loving this person, but your gut is telling you something else. Listen to your gut. All right. Listen to your gut. This is the energy. I also channeled youngster. Give me that. What you found it? Antagonist, a person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something. All right. An adversary, a substance which interferes or inhibits the physiological action of another. Had it, bro. Thank you, ancestors. Okay, antagonist is a substance that interferes or inhibits you. Okay, again, things that you are going to be doing, whether or not it's drinking, whether or not it's smoking, whether or not it's dealing with somebody, people are going to become an antagonist to you. You're not going to be able to tolerate people. You're not going to be able to tolerate certain energies. And that doesn't mean that you're impatient. That doesn't mean that you have low tolerance. It means my DNA don't like you, motherfucker. That's what it means. My DNA don't sit well with you, okay? And I can't be around you because my DNA is telling me something else. That type of energy, okay? Another thing, your DNA have already shifted, okay? We going to bacterial vaginosis. They want me to speak on that. If you are someone who cannot get rid of bacterial vaginosis, your DNA is starting to shift. That person that you are sleeping with, that is an inconsistent, that's an antagonist, okay? And every time you sleep with someone that you are not supposed to be sleeping with, you are going to develop that situation, which means you're going to be in and out of their doctor, okay? They don't have no medicine that can completely get rid of it because they're giving you a certain medicine and your body is getting used to that medicine, okay? Messing up your DNA more and more, okay? It is spiritual. Bacterial vaginosis is spiritual. Stop sleeping with that person. Take baths, not showers. Baths is the way of the goddess, okay? Not showers. Baths is the way of the goddess, okay? Tefnut is water, okay? Talk to your water, speak to your water, okay? Let your water know what you need it to do for you, all right? We got God all around us, all up and through us, all right? She just barked in her sleep, all right? Confirmation. Confirmation. Okay, I'm living proof. I had to deal with bacterial vaginosis at some point in time in my life, and I couldn't figure out what the fuck. Okay, but then I realized, let me start sleeping with this demon. My body don't like him. All right, my body don't like him. All right, so I stopped, and I was good. All right, I'm not telling you nothing I don't know. I'm not telling you nothing I don't know. I either got it in the download or I experienced it. All right? It's that type of energy. And I ain't ashamed to tell you. Bro, rotten to the core. All right? Rotten to the core. All right? I was like, no. It's either him or my sanity about my own body. All right? And that's when I had to choose me. All right? That was the start of me choosing me. Okay, I'm telling you by experience, it's about your genetic code, it's about your genetic makeup. You're not going to agree with everything and everything not going to agree with you. Okay, youngster was something else I channeled. Overall balance. All right. So you could have somebody that a young individual in your life is something going on with their overall balance. Munchies. All right. And when I think about munchies, I think about somebody smoking marijuana. So somebody has a youngster, they don't know what's going on with them. It's affecting their overall balance here. Okay. They smoke marijuana. I'm also seeing steroids, but then stereotype here as well. All right. Whoever this child is, somebody has a youngster, either a younger brother or a child here. You don't quite know what's going on. It's something going on with their overall health, but it's because of something that they are doing. Okay. Munchies off of marijuana and then steroids. Okay. Stereotype. Okay. They think all sports people, this person could do sports. Okay. They think all sports people use steroids. Okay. So whoever this person is a he does sports. Okay, it could be a girl as well, but whoever this person is, they does sports. Okay, pay attention to your children. This is very significant. Very significant. All right, I did some more cards. Feminine, rare being. Okay, was the two cards that was on top. All right, stones and crystals. All right, impressive. Okay, underground river. Something significant with underground river. Discernment, strong, and electricity. All right. I got at the time of this, females generate electricity. Okay. Female generates electricity. All right. I'm getting somebody who you're a female. Okay. Whoever you are, you're a female. And people often tell you that you're warm. All right, you're warmer than usual. All right, it's giving that type of energy here. Okay, it's giving me a cuddle buddy. All right, and your cuddle buddy cuddle up with you and be like, damn, you warm as hell. Like, you always warm, man. I love it. You always warm. That type of energy. Females generate electricity. All right, what I got from that is you are rare as they come. You are feminine. Your body is made up of not sugar and spice, but crystals and stones and everything known. Your genetic makeup is quite impressive. You are as pure as an underground river. You have very strong discernment. Now use the electricity, the vibration you have running through you. Okay? So the energy that I am picking up from this is there's somebody here who doesn't know exactly who you are. All right. You don't know that you are rare. You don't know that you are of the divine. You don't know that the electricity that runs through you work for you. Okay. The electricity, okay, the hertz that run through you is that of the gods. That is what gives you life. Okay. With the Ankh. Okay. That is what gives you life. The electricity of the gods, the frequency of the gods is what makes sure everything is snapping or synapsing in your body, okay, from here to there, okay. This is the energy that I am picking up. Whoever you are, you're very, very strong, and you have very strong discernment as well. All right, you're not overthinking it. This. They want me to say you're not overthinking it, okay. You're thinking just right. All right, if it's coming to you, it's meant to come to you. It's meant for you to examine. It's meant for you to see. All right, that is the energy here. Impressive electricity. All right, impressive electricity. All right, you could possibly walk past a plant and your plant shock you. All right, this is the energy here. Stones and crystals, all right, they work with us. All right, the stones and the crystals work with us. All right, which ones work for you? Okay, this is very significant. I got somebody just accumulating stones. Which ones work for you? Look up which stones, whatever your sign is. I don't know why I'm getting Libra. Okay, I just got Libra, Virgo, and Sagittarius. Okay, there are certain stones that work with certain zodiacs. Okay, I'm not really into the zodiac until they make me be into the zodiac, but I'm not really into the zodiac. I'm more into the sign, the earth sign, the air sign. The Okay, I'm into that. I'm not into the zodiac until I get that dream and that download about that zodiac shit. All right, but whatever you are, what stone works with you? Okay, and it is going to be slightly off because it's 13 constellations, not 12. All right, so it's going to be slightly off. So this is the reason why when you are getting stones and collecting stones, you research what that stone is, what that stone do that stone work with your zodiac? Okay, but then when you go and you look for that stone, you feel that stone, you touch that stone, and you be quiet, and you meditate a little bit with that stone. What do you feel? Okay, I'm telling you by experience, you're going to feel your heart start to beat faster if that's a stone for you. Okay, if you pick up a stone and your heart don't react to that stone, okay, it's almost like magnetic energy. If you pick up a stone and you don't feel no difference in your body when you pick up that stone, that's not the stone you seeking right now. That's not the stone your body need right now. It may be later, but not right now. Okay, this is how you do when you go and look for stones, when you go and buy stones. Okay, every stone that I have, all right, I found every last one of them. I had to literally feel. Is it a change in my heartbeat when I stop and feel? Okay, do I feel anything in my fingertips? Okay, this is how powerful you are. This is how powerful the stones are, and the stones don't move every day, but everything that stone have, you have that makeup in you. All right, period. You have that makeup in you. Okay, this is specifically right here, melanin. All right, everything, majority of everything that is here has melanin in it. Okay, you are not inferior. Okay, whoever, somebody needs to hear this. You are not inferior regardless of what white man told you. Okay, you are not inferior. Okay, because your apple, when you buy the apple and you let it sit, and that brown that accumulates on that apple, that is melanin. When you have lettuce and that brown accumulates on that lettuce, that is melanin. Okay, everything has a sort of melanin in it. Okay, we change different shades. Okay, definitely we change different shades. In the sun you might get a little bit darker, you might get a little bit redder. Okay, but the same way you change is the same way the leaves change, and the leaves change every single color except for, I have not seen blue. Have you? And I have not seen like purple for real. I've seen reddish purple, but I haven't seen purple for real. Okay, so where's the blue? Okay, when it comes to the trees changing. Okay, because they change every single color of the rainbow. Where is the blue? Okay, we don't know whether or not they are, I don't skip the topic, but I'm going with it. Okay, we don't know whether or not they are sprinkling something in the air worldwide to keep the leaves from turning blue. You don't know this. Okay, because they turn every other color. All right, but that was very, very specific. Okay, do not think you are less than because of your color. Okay, you are more than. All right, it's given that type of energy. You are more than. Okay, you are the ghost in the Pac-Man game. All right, it's given that type of energy. Somebody wants your energy and they're chasing your energy. Okay, you are not less than, you are more than. Okay, everything has melanin in it down to your food. Okay, and including you. You are not less than, you are more than. All right, listen, a lot of people want to know, who the fuck is she? Who the fuck is she? Look, I spent too much time. I'm not going to do no cards. Look, they're going to know who the fuck she is. All right, I'm divinely faceted. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.